Alright, you're at the end of the runway. Burlington traffic, Cessna 60457 is turning crosswind, runway 6 Burlington. The downwind turn. Burlington traffic, Cessna 60457 is turning downwind, runway 6 Burlington. Wait till 500 feet above pattern altitude till we can make the left. All right. All right, 7 minutes. We should have started our climb out. We should be at 4,500.
Burlington traffic, Mooney 1 Kilo Whiskey, departing 6 Burlington.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 60457, departing the pattern to the southwest, 3,500 for 4,500, Burlington.
Burlington traffic, 182 November Charlie is 12 miles to the west and down for landing, traffic advisory.
Alright, so there's the town of Liberty in front of us. Directly off the nose. and I plan the cruise speed at 2,400 RPM.
1 Kilo Whiskey is outbound, departing 6 and outbound to the GPS 24.
And Boeing traffic 182 November Charlie is 8 miles up above.
All right, so let's start our cruise checklist. First thing we're going to do is lean the engine out. Our drop, half a turn, 2 half a turn, 3 half a turn, 4 for 2 complete turns. Fly straight and level here. Almost exactly 7 minutes. Not bad.
Burlington traffic 182 November Charlie is 5 miles Burlington, entering left base, runway 6, Burlington.
Is this flight planning something that you came up with, or is that something online?
Kind of grabbed the format and then deleted all the functions so I could figure it out myself.
Okay.
So my biggest thing was when I was doing it on my own, this I could all figure out, but I would forget about the rest of it.
Right.
So it's one form that has everything.
Burlington traffic 182 November Charlie's left base, runway 6, Burlington. Traffic 182 November Charlie is final, runway 6.
All right, so our next heading is going to be 105.
All right.
Off the 113, off the 106 radial. All right, it's getting ready to flip. We're within a mile. Door should be off your right wing. There it goes, and we'll start our turn. Alright, so our next point should be Solder City, and it'll come off the right side.
Burlington traffic 182 November Charlie.
And Burlington traffic, Cardinal 8 Quebec's on the ground, taxiing from the east ramp for a 6 departure crossing in Bravo.
I'm always amazed at you and Van. All it takes is 2 seconds for you guys to touch a trim wheel and this thing will fly forever.
A lot of practice.
How aggravating that is.
I remember I was in your seat one day too.
Alright, so there's the Solder City field.
Alright.
So we're right on where we should be. Should be 2 twin towers coming up here on the right side of the aircraft as we pass Solder City down there.
Runway 6.
Alright, based on the time that it's taken us to get there, would you say the winds, the law forecast is pretty accurate?
It's not.
It's not?
No.
Alright, so what's different about it?
Well, just look at the screen. It's at 21 knots, and what I got was 18, so it's already 3 off.
Right.
Heading's about correct, though, but the speed isn't.
Okay. So how's that going to affect our arrival time at Johnston County?
Right now, they come up to 54 out of 2. Actually, you want to be honest? We're only a minute off.
Okay. So for a trip this distance in this amount of time, do we need to recalculate fuel burn, make an extra fuel stop?
Not for here. Not with as much fuel as they have in the tanks.
Alright. Let's say that right now you got a low volts light and you saw a discharge on the ammeter.
Runway 6, right turn out
Okay.
eastbound Burlington.
What does that mean?
Well, we probably lost the alternator.
Alright.
Alright, so the first thing I'm thinking I could probably make it back to Burlington.
Now let's pretend that we're, out in the middle of nowhere. Let's just divert to the closest airport.
I'm going to Solder City.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, ASOS for Solder City. We're going to come out back down to radius number 2.
Miles to the
With 125.
And a VFR descent will be entering left downwind runway 6 Burlington.
125, 775. So I'm going to swap that real quick. Pull up the
altimeter 3017.
3017 is the altimeter. We're going to hang up here for a minute so I can feel.
Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation. 1427 Zulu. Weather. Wind 350 at 3. Gust 14. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 14 Celsius. Dew point -2. Altimeter 3016.
Alright, so we know 350, so we're still going to land on the south end of the field. I'm going to come back and cross.
City Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation. 1428 Zulu. Weather. Wind 360 at 3. Gust 14. Visibility 10.
Bravo 4 miles to the west.
12,000. Temperature 14 Celsius. Dew point -2. Altimeter 3016.
Alright, the field frequency is 127 or 122.70.
Diversion City Municipal Airport.
We'll go ahead and swap that right now. Tip altitude is 615 feet, so we'll start our descent down here to 1600. We'll come back across and into the downwind for runway 6.
Runway what?
6. Nope, 4.
Okay.
Looked like a 6 for a minute.
Houston County traffic, Skyhawk.
Alright, so now that we've started diverting to our new airport, what could you do to try to get the alternator working again? Or what things would you check if the alternator had failed?
That's a good. I would go through the checklist, the emergency checklist over here on the left.
Alright, let's do it.
Hotel traffic, November 996 Juliet Whiskey.
I think we turn off all the lights and all that stuff too. You got me working today, man. This is. Rich, descent checklist here real quick. Fuel mix, Rich, lights are on, so that part's complete. We probably wouldn't turn the lights on though if lost the alternator. When you got 2 people in here. I didn't know there's not one in here.
It should be.
Go fire, down start, engine fire, ditching, on engine power,
City traffic, Skyhawk 53587 to 8 to the northwest, maneuvering over Liberty VOR. Setting up for the VOR Alpha approach, low approach only, South City.
No reported traffic at Solar City.
All right, thank you, sir.
High volts, we could turn the master off.
That's high voltage. We lost the alternator.
Solar City traffic, system 457 south, 3 miles to the northwest at 2,700 descending, amount of land 4, Solar City.
Alright, master, we could do annunciators came below 1,000 RPMs. We don't have that problem.
040 at 6 knots now. It's been blown, but it's just AWAS showing 6 knots at Solar City.
Miles north of the field, coming in for left downwind.
Check all our circuit breakers, turn the master off, check circuit breakers, turn the master back on, check for low volts again, check to see if we have 27.5.
35 Victor Alpha, 20 miles southwest.
If it remains on, we turn it off again, reduce the electrical load, turning everything off, and that's it.
Okay, good enough.
Rid all the junk. And Solar City, Cessna 6045 center, entering the downwind for runway 4, Solar City. Man, I wish the grass in my house was this green.
Two.
And Solar City traffic, Cessna 60457 downwind, runway 4, Solar City. You made that too easy. At least picking the alternate field, the rest of it you can have.
Have you been here before?
This is the first time at this one.
Okay.
Alright, Alright, touchdown markers. We're coming back to 1400. Degrees of flaps in. For 85 knots, 1300 feet.
Houston County traffic, 701, Lima uniform is left downwind for runway 6, stop and go. Houston County.
Alright, start our turn to base. And Sauter City traffic, Cessna 60457, turning base for runway 4, Sauter City. A little more power, another 10 degrees of flaps.
Skyhawk 701, Lima uniform, turning left base for runway 6, stop and go, Houston County.
Go for traffic, no other traffic. We're going to turn final for 4. Sauter City traffic, Cessna 60457, turning final runway 4, Sauter City. It's the beautiful days, it's always squirrely.
That's the trade-off.
Not available.
Did that come a long way or what?
That's pretty good. I'm quite pleased. So, there's no parallel taxiway here, so we'll have to back taxi. There's a loop at the end of the runway where you can pull off, or you can pull off onto the ramp and get rearranged. It's up to you.
I'll spin up over here and come back. What's the proper call for that?
Back taxi runway 4.
Sauter City traffic, Cessna 60457, back taxi for runway 4, Sauter City.
No reported traffic.
So, while you're on the back taxi, I always like to keep an eye out, make sure there's nobody coming to land at us head on. If they are, I would, try to get on the radio and say, hey, we're back taxiing, you see me. And if they don't answer, they still look like they're going to land,
The hell out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have the airplane towed out of the grass and hit somebody head on. Same thing's true if you're the guy on final and somebody starts to back taxi. Just do a go around.
Okay.
City traffic, Skyhawk 53587. It's about 82 northwest, Liberty inbound. VOR Alpha approach, low approach only, Sauter City.
Here's that loop where you can pull over.
Okay.
Let's say this actually happened to you today. You ended up having to land in Sauter City for some reason. Could you take off again and come home?
Yeah.
That's right, because you don't have an endorsement to be here. Somebody would have to come down here and get you. Or review your flight plan and endorse you to leave from here. So anytime you're solo and you have to make an landing in an airport to which you weren't endorsed to go, you're stuck.
All right. I mean, other than the emergency, there's no tower here or anything. Oh, yeah, because Van hadn't looked at the flight plan and said, okay,
right.
Got it.
And because you're part 141, somebody has to be present at the airport when you depart. So one of us has to fly down here and meet you and then send you home. So, in an emergency, I mean, it's worth it, but you can't just go joyriding wherever you want to. That's the point. All right, take us home.
All right, you want to go back to Burlington? Not a problem. All right, mixtures position. Turn the lights off because we were still on the active runway. Now we want to go back to Liberty. Do you want to go direct?
Your choice. Just take us home.
Do it the easy way.
South City traffic, Skyhawk 53587 for the northwest, inbound VOR Alpha approach, low approach only, Siler City.
I did not hear what he called.
It's 4 miles northwest, and he's doing a practice approach, and that approach is going to take him right over the middle of the runway.
Alright, so Burlington's about 0-13 degrees from here once we take off. So just head direct out. Solar City traffic, Cessna 6045. Departing runway 4. We're going to depart off toward the northeast. Solar City. Alright, so we'll do 3,500 for the altitude. Alright, one last chance. Nobody's on final. Good for him.
And traffic departs South City, what's your position?
Go ahead, take off.
Yeah, we're still on the runway now, and we're going to be departing pretty much straight out to the north.
Transmits are green, airspeed's alive.
Go ahead and break off. We're going to head back to the northwest City.
T5 knots.
Now we just lifted off. We've got you inside. It should be a factor.
Yeah, we got you inside.
About 500 feet or the end of the runway, then it will start our turn. Be clear, start our turn toward the north.
South City traffic, Skyhawk 53587 is over the field, departing the pattern to the northwest. Right turn out, South City.
And Solar City traffic, Cessna 60457 is departing Solar City to the north, 1,600 for 1,500. Solar City.
Siler City Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation. 1-4.
Automated weather observation 1443 Zulu. Wind 0.
Wait a minute. he is right there. Start our cruise checklist here. They're straight and level. I did not know that was coming. Alright, first thing we do is check for a lazy L. Make sure fuel tank's in, mix isn't rich, it's in. Attempt to start the engine again. The fuel pump on. Attempt to start the engine again. Still no joy, I'm assuming. We're dead in the water, so I'm going for that field right over there. Field with the road, well, many trees, but we're committed, so we're going.
But the first thing I would do is establish glide speed.
Traffic helicopter 33 Bravo, left base for runway 10, road status.
Are there any better options before that field? There's one over here that's perfectly clear, so. Right here I can come at it at an angle and still get with the wind. We get to land with the wind semi-sort on the nose. Get a good view of the field over here while we... Better turn back around. Need to add, I don't want to add flaps. Something's telling me I should. Because I want to get down a little quicker than what I'm getting down.
Stay at glide speed no matter what. What's your emergency frequency and squawk code?
2700 and 121 12.5.
Alright, where are we going to touch down?
Right over here. So it's nice and clear, there's nothing in the way.
Alright, go around.
I was hoping you were going to let me do that.
The only thing I didn't like there was the airspeed. You got to stay at glide speed no matter what. Use the size of your pattern, flaps, and slips to lose altitude. Alright, go ahead and take us back to Burlington.
Not available.
That darn alternator broke again.
not going to be able to tell how high I am.
You're not?
Oh no, I got my standby instruments. Sorry. Alright, now, get my map out here. Recognize the big hill over there with the TV antennas on it. Nothing's cooperating today. Honest, I'm just going to head toward that. I can already see Burlington up there anyways. You're going to fly on top of the field because I'm sure we're still on 6.
Okay.
Traffic, 48 Bravo, departing traffic pattern to the east.
This is all field right here. Hey, we're that close to the field. Should we lean it out or we're good?
You're above 3,000 feet. I mean, it only takes a second to lean it.
Here's a 1,000 half turn, 2 half turn, 3 half turn, 4 half turn. I'm going to say we're about 5 miles away.
Maybe a little bit farther. I think the antennas are about 6.5.
Burlington traffic system 60457 is 5 miles, actually 6 miles to the south of Burlington, 3,500. Going to cross the field and then descend to pattern altitude, land runway 6 Burlington. I had to jest for a minute ago, how the hell am I going to figure out what direction I am? Duh.
It's there. As long as it has fluid in it, it works. As long as you don't do something silly like, you know, put metal or a watch up by it.
North Carolina. Automated weather observation 1455 Zulu. Wind 030 at.
Alright, he decided to go to 6.
Alright, because I'd probably say we're probably within the 5 mile mark now, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What do you think, 3 or 5?
What do you mean?
Or how many miles we are away from the field?
Oh, just looking at the antennas, probably, I don't know, 4 miles.
Burlington traffic system 60457 is approximately 4 miles from Burlington to the south, 3,500, across the field 3,500, and come back, descend, land runway 6, Burlington. I think I can go ahead and start our descent now. We should be almost over the field.
Answer in traffic, 9647 Bravo is on a 5 mile straight in for runway 10, full stop.
Burlington traffic, Mooney 1. Burlington traffic.
Oh, got him.
Burlington traffic, Mooney 1 Kilo Whiskey, inbound on the GPS 24 will be going missed. We're over I-body at 3,000.
It wasn't him though, that's another 172.
Yep.
So I try to stay, I mean, I know the rule says, what, 500 feet above the field? 500 feet above the field when you cross?
That's just an AIM recommendation. Legally, as long as you just turn left, the FAA doesn't care. And they suggest things, but they don't require it.
Why, I try to come up and above the field as... I'm not even sure where the heck he's going. Clear of the downwind, so we'll come down to 1700. Come back, enter the downwind at the 45. Couple S-turns out here while we altitude.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 9530 down, taxi runway 6.
for one more circle. So to enter the downwind at that point.
Cessna 95300 departing runway 6 to the east.
Burlington traffic, Mooney 1 Kilo Whiskey on mist at GPS 24, I'm going.
Hey, I'm looking for him. Maybe somewhere around here. There? Is that a bird? That's too far out.
He should be too high for that Mooney. That Mooney should be right over the runway.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 60457, approximately 3 miles, preparing to enter the downwind for runway 6 of the 45, Burlington. Alright, there's one aircraft departing the runway, where it's a fuel truck. About,
Alright. Don't hit it.
He said he's departing to the east, so...
Yeah, that plane's going to Chapel Hill, I know.
Make sure nobody else is entering, and then, got turn in.
Traffic, Cessna 95300, be a right turn out off 6, departing to the east.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 60457 is downwind, runway 6, Burlington.
Is not available.
Alright, touchdown marker, come back, I'm gonna guess 1400-ish. Gonna watch speeds and feel. Alright, 10 degrees of flaps are in. 1,385 knots. Alright, 1,300, turn to base. Burlington traffic, Cessna 60457, turning base, runway 6, Burlington. Looking for traffic on final, nobody's on final, nobody's on the runway. Burlington traffic, Cessna 60457 is turning final, runway 6, Burlington. Laps are full, a little faster than I want to be.
Is not available.
60457 is clear, runway 6, taxiing to the ramp, Burlington. All right.